ahead and find your comfortable seated position. Just take this time for yourself. Relax your mind. Relax your eyes. Take note of your shoulders. Are they tense? Are they shrugging? Are they rolled forward? Relax your shoulders. Sit tall. Open your chest. If you notice your lower back starts to hurt when you sit taller, I want you to engage that core. Try to avoid hyperextending that lower back. Let's take some time to roll our neck side to side, rolling through the center. Maybe holding one side a little bit longer. Just listening to your body. If you want to take a stretch even further, you're welcome to place your hands on your forehead, on the side of your head and your shoulder, and kind of open that neck just a little bit more. Everyone's going to be a little bit different here. May depend on how you slept last night, the positioning of your chair and your desk while you work. Bringing that head to center. Let's bring those shoulders forward. Big shoulder roll. I want you to avoid drawing a straight line as you go back. Really engage those shoulder blades. Squeeze those shoulders back. Complete your circle here. Even if it feels a little funny. Kind of take note, my shoulder, the depression or going down on the right side is a little challenging. Do you have something similar? Reverse the direction. Again, try to keep those circles complete. And relax those shoulders. Let's drop that right arm down. Left arm reaches up and over. Chest stays facing me. Slow inhale. And switch over to the other side as you exhale. Again, chest stays facing me, so what I mean by that is you're not dropping your chest or shoulder forward. You also want to make sure both hips stay on the floor. Try to avoid that right hip from coming off. Slow lift back to center. Let's go ahead and adjust onto all fours. Shoulders are pulled down and away from your ears here. Kind of a packed shoulder position. Knees are in line with your hips. Just hold this position for a breath or two. You can feel the difference. So if you relax and you shrug those shoulders to your ears between when you engage those shoulder blades, pull those shoulders down. Again, my right side's a lot harder than my left. Something I'm gonna work to strengthen. From here, I want you to tuck those toes under and just hover those knees over the floor. Keep that nice tight shoulder position. Keep your hips level. Gently relax. I'm not going to make you hold it too long as we get started. Sit back on your heels. Give those wrists a second. Maybe roll them out. When you're ready, let's take that shift forward. Pull those shoulders down and away from your ears. Tuck your toes under and let's hover those knees over the floor again. This time, go ahead and allow those hips to push back. I want you to really try to avoid letting your shoulders shrug here. So let's see if you can keep those shoulders depressed or away from your ears while you push your hips back for this downward dog. If you're like me, it may be harder on one side than it is on the other. I don't know why it's a lot harder today. We're going to reverse that. So we're going to shift back forward, hover those knees over the floor, keep those shoulders strong. Gently release your knees and sit back on your heels. Feel free to roll out those wrists again. Big inhale, shift forward. Strong through the shoulders. Tucking our toes under, hovering those knees over the floor. Hold here for a breath. Driving those hips back into that downward dog. Keep those shoulders depressed or away from your ears. Shift your weight forward. Keep those knees hovering. Gently release here. Elbows stay close to your body. Release down to the floor. Inhale, press up into the cobra of your choice, forearms or hands. Again, those shoulders are pressing down to the floor. They're not shrugging in here. Exhale, release. Elbows stay close to your body. Tuck those toes under. Press up through tabletops and sit back on your heels. We're going to keep those toes tucked under here. A little bit different. If you want to stretch out those shoulders, your elbows, your wrists, feel free to kind of use this time. So those toes should be tucked under from here, hands reaching forward. We're gonna shift into our full plank. So we're gonna bring those knees off the floor into a full plank. You're welcome to modify this position onto your knees. Remember, a modified plank is not tabletops. So tabletops, our hips are over our knees. A modified plank, our hips are still coming forward to engage that core. Our knees are just released. So you can see the difference here. Press those hips back into your downward dog. Make adjustments if needed. Slowly take those feet forward, up towards your hands, into that forward fold. Slight bend through the knees as we slowly lift into standing. Head is the last thing to come up. Deep breath here at the top. I'm going to turn towards you. You're welcome to turn towards me. Or you can stay long ways on your mat. Oop, someone's in the waiting room. I just noticed that. Oh no, I missed him. Forgot him. All right, let's open up into a nice wide stance here. Toes are pointed out, hips in the middle. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're gonna drop those hips. Chest, shoulders stay forward. And slowly lift. So if you notice that those knees are kind of rolling in, take note, is your weight shifted onto the inside of your foot? If it is, let's try to focus on lifting lifting your big toe off the floor. As you do this wide squat, lift that big toe. Were you able to stay stronger through those knees? Maybe feel that a little more in the glutes. Let's go ahead and do one more. This time, if you want to place your hands or your forearms on your thighs, notice how I'm not sinking in here. I'm staying tall. Feel free to just kind of shift side to side. Again, can you wiggle your big toe? Hips to the middle, hands down to the floor as you raise your hips. My feet are going to rotate forward just a little bit. Your hands may be on the floor. They may be on some sort of yoga block or something in replace of a yoga block. Or maybe you're down to your forearms. In whichever position you're in, let's keep those eyes looking behind you. Pressing up to your hands if you are not already, so if you're on your forearms. Keeping that right hand in the center, we're gonna raise that left arm up. Eyes or gaze is gonna follow those fingertips. I want you to put as little weight on that right arm as possible. So really try to keep everything light, lift up. replacing that right hand with your left and opening up over to the other side. Bring those hands to center. We're gonna walk our hands over to the right side. As you do this, you're gonna rotate that back foot or your left foot. Pick up that right foot, rotate your hips towards the right side. So now you're in a pyramid. If you don't quite know what I was trying to say, you're welcome to kind of look up at the screen. Hips are facing the right side now. Your toes on your right foot or your leading foot should be facing the right side. As we walk our hands back to center, we're gonna rotate those feet and rotate over to the other side. So hips and feet are both turning with us. Bringing those hands back to center, rotating your feet to follow. Slight bend through the knees as we roll slowly into standing. Head is the last thing to come up here. Big breath in. Exhale your arms to your side. We're gonna do balance exercise today, so I'm gonna bring it to the back side of my mat. You can face me, or you can stay on your mat. And I might just depend on the space that you have. So if you've taken my classes in person, you've done this with me before. We're gonna bring those arms out to the side. Maybe I should face you. My hands hit the closet. We're gonna lift on. You know what, let's start here. So we're gonna just walk our tightrope. So heel to toe, hips stay forward, heel to toe. Let's walk our tightrope. Take a few steps forward and then reverse, toe to heel. All right, keeping one foot directly in front of the other, so they should be in one straight line. Arms are in a T. Squeeze your glutes. This is gonna be a lot harder than you think it should be. We're gonna look over one shoulder. Slowly bring that gaze through the center, over to the other side. Bring that gaze to center. Let's switch sides. So opposite foot is forward. I don't know why this is so hard. Same thing, let's look over one shoulder. Through the center, over to the other side. Back to center. Go ahead and relax those arms, relax your shoulders. So if that was difficult and a challenge enough, you're welcome to stay there. Or your new challenge is we're gonna try to do that on our toes this time. So shake out those arms, bring those arms out to the side, walking our tightrope on our toes this time. Taking it back. One foot directly in front of the other. Let's see if we can do this on our toes. If not, you can release those heels down. or on the balls of your feet at least. Bring that gaze forward, switch sides. Opposite foot is forward. And relax. Shake it out. Did you get it? Did you get it on your toes? Bring those arms up by your ears. Swan dive down into your forward fold. Hips press back. Lengthen through the spine. Forward fold here. Inhale, bring your gaze forward. Pull your shoulders back. Exhale back into that forward fold. Our right foot will stay forward as we step back with our left foot into our runner's lunge. Gently release that back knee to your mat here. Take a few moments. Let those hips sink into the stretch here. When you're ready, let's bring those arms up to your ears. Keep those hips where they're at. Option 1 is to stay here. Option 2 is to bring that gaze to follow your fingertips. Option 3 is to bring those fingertips and gaze slightly behind you. Slowly lift it back up. Bring those hands to the inside of that front leg. Scooting your foot out to the outside of your mat. Opening the inside of that foot. Optional, releasing down to those forearms. You're welcome to stay on your hands here. Slowly pressing onto those hands, rolling that foot back to the floor, flat, tucking your back toe under. Let's lift that knee off the mat. Big step back into your plank. Shift those hips back into your downward dog here. Make adjustments as needed. Stepping your feet up towards your hands, into that forward fold. Inhale, bring your gaze forward, pull those shoulders back. Exhale, release back into that forward fold. This time, left foot stays forward, right foot steps back into that runner's lunge. Gently releasing that knee behind you. Take a few moments here. Taking your hands away, bringing them up to your ears. Hips stay forward. Option 1. Option 2, bringing your gaze to follow your fingertips. And option 3, looking slightly behind you. Slowly lift it back up. Place those hands on the inside of your front foot. Scooting your foot to the outside of your mat, opening up the inside of your foot. Optional, releasing down to those forearms. Let's slowly press ourselves back to our hands. Bringing that front foot flat, tucking your back toe under, lifting that knee off your mat and stepping back into plank. Let's allow both knees to release here, sitting back into your child's pose. I'm gonna rock my hips side to side, listening to your body, doing what feels good to you. Take your time, bring those hands below your shoulders. Use them to press yourself up. Let's scoot onto our bottoms. Bring those feet forward. Take your time to release down to the floor here. We're gonna open up the inside of our knees, allowing the insides of our feet to connect together. If this puts too much pressure on your lower back, or maybe on your hips, you're welcome to slide those feet out in front of you a few inches. Try to avoid any tension. Let gravity do its job. Open your hips here. If this is comfortable for you or somewhat easy, you're welcome to bring those arms overhead, get a little bit of a back stretch. See if you can get your hands, your elbows on the floor. bringing those hands back down if they are not already. Bringing your feet flat to the floor. Let's go ahead and cross the outside of one ankle over to our thigh into a figure 4. From here, with the foot that's flat on the floor, you're going to allow that knee to drop down to the floor. Your hip is able to release here. You can release your hip. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can stay in that figure 4 position with your leg crossed. Some of you may be able to put that crossed leg foot flat on the floor. Let's bring that foot back to center. Uncross your legs, switch over to the other side, start with your leg crossed. Optional, allow that knee to fall over to the side. Maybe bringing your crossed leg, foot flat to the floor. Let's go ahead and bring it back to center. Uncross your legs. You're welcome to stay here with your feet on the floor, or you can bring those feet out in front of you. Relaxing your eyes if they are not already. Hands can be placed on your belly to feel your breathing, or you can place them out to the side, palms facing up. Let's start to extend our breath. Exaggerate your breath. Taking your time to start wiggling your fingers and your toes. Adding movement into your shoulders and your hips. And eventually sliding your feet flat to the floor. Rolling over to one side. Take as much time as you need to open your eyes here. Eventually sliding yourself back into the comfortable seated position we started in. Let's finish with our deep breaths. Inhale, arms go overhead. Exhale to your sides. Deep breath in. And exhale. One more time, let's bring those hands into prayer. Exhale your hands to heart. Namaste. For those of you who are participating in our Corvallis scavenger hunt, CubeFit scavenger hunt, this is not CubeFit, this is a local class, but you did get your workout in for today, or you did get some sort of exercise. So the code word for today is avocado. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about and you're from Corvallis and you are looking for Virgin Pulse points, it's not too late. Check out our Microsoft Team page for more information, or you can email me directly. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday. I'm a little off this week. Wednesday, and I will see you all next week.